Welcome to Garden Club. We will go through 3 seasons, spring, summer, and fall. This is the solo version where the night gardener takes their turns each round using card cues. Their cards have the normal required actions, harvest and then plant, but in addition to that, they could also place trellises, plant tomatoes, discard tools, and even see if they can score project cards. After the night gardener has completed all of their actions, it is now your turn. You have the option to harvest or plant first, but always must do both. Then you can use up to 2 optional actions: use a tool, complete a project, place a trellis, or pluck a tomato. At the beginning of each round, you will move the round counters. The night gardener always goes first in the spring, indicated by the first player marker. How fitting is it that it's an owl? They will always harvest first to help with placement of planting. On their turn, they discarded a tool which earns them 3 points, putting them in the lead. I chose a strawberry because there was already 2 pairs of strawberries on the board and the night gardener had already claimed it to harvest. With little to do, I decided to pluck a tomato, which will score at the end of the game, which ended the round. Skipping to the last round of spring, the night gardener harvests a blueberry and then discards a tool, which gains them 3 points. This also allows them to see if they can complete a project. They can't score for the flowers, but can score for the strawberries, scoring them 5 points, which allows them to go for another project. Here they gain 1 point for a pair of eggplants. They then plant and place a trellis. I choose to harvest with the tile that I pick because I'm trying to keep the night gardener's board in mind. At the end of a season, you only score for the produce that you have harvested the most of compared to your opponent, not equal. Here I have chosen to score for a blue flower project with a wildflower on board, which scores me 7 points. I chose to take a project card and a tool card, which also allowed the night gardener to take a project card and a tool card. Their project card scores immediately for 1 pair of squash, and the tool card scores them 3 points for discarding it. We then compare boards and see who has harvested the most of which produce, and then add multiplier cubes to the ones that we have scored for so that they score for more in future seasons. The board is then reset and we start summer. You are the first player in summer. I do feel like that there is an advantage to going second in this game because you have to anticipate instead of react when going first. As you can see, by the end of summer, there has been a lot of back and forth. I start by planting to add another pair of bell peppers to the garden. Then I'll harvest blackberries to keep the night gardener from scoring them. I use my tool, gloves, to rearrange part of the garden to hopefully score more squash at the end of the season. I then pluck a tomato to add to my baskets. Fortunately for me, the night gardener was only able to harvest and plant. Summer was definitely my season. I was able to block off the night gardener's efforts to harvest completely. I was able to take a huge lead on the scoreboard, but this also allowed the night gardener to take tools and discard them to score as well. In the third and final season, fall, the night gardener begins as first player. They harvest and plant as usual, along with taking a tomato. With this being the final season and with the fewest rounds, my priority is to complete projects and to score for my produce that I have multipliers on. At the end of fall, the night gardener is only able to harvest and plant. I was very lucky when the night gardener planted, they revealed a wildflower. Wild tiles are wild on both sides, so I automatically added this to my bell pepper stack for harvest. Since I already knew that I was going to be scoring for the bell peppers, I used my gloves to rotate one of the garden pieces so that I could score for an additional pair of bell peppers. I then scored one of my projects, gaining 5 points from pairs of squash. This did allow the night gardener to gain points because of discarded tools. Even if there are no tools, they still score. I made a huge jump at the end of the game, scoring 29 points, allowing the night gardener to score off of tools. After scoring out for all produce and tomatoes, 8 points for 4 of a kind and 3 points for a red and green pear, the final score resulted in the night gardener scoring 85 and me scoring 128. With a landslide victory, this gave me the title of Garden Club President.